I'm Action.
I'm Set.
And I'm Roll.
And today we are at the National New York Central Railway Museum in Elkhart, Indiana.
The museum includes several outdoor equipment displays, indoor model railroads, artifacts from the NYC, and other railroad-related exhibits, including educational displays pertaining to the history of railroading.
The New York Central Railroad Museum has a diesel 1953 EMD E8, the New York Central 4085, lead locomotive of the eastbound 20th Century Limited, when it left Chicago, Illinois for final run on December 2nd, 1967.
They also have the Penn Central PC 4882. Altoona Works 1939 Pennsylvania Railroad GG1. One of the fastest locomotives of its day, reaching speeds up to 100 miles an hour. Designed with the assistance of Raymond Loewy.
But the most important piece the museum has is the New York Central Railroad Mohawk Class 3001. There isn't a lot of New York Central steam locomotives left, as most were scrapped at the end of steam. It is a 482 wheel arrangement. Any other railroad would have most likely called this class the Mountain Class, but the New York Central didn't see this name to be fitting on its famous water level route, so it instead picked the name of one of the rivers that its rails followed, the Mohawk River, to name its newest type of locomotive. This locomotive is also the largest surviving example of New York Central's modern steam power technology, and one of the only two surviving New York Central 482 engines. One of the fastest locomotives of its time, primarily designed for mountain grades, it hauled passengers at speeds of up to 80 miles along the New York Central's water level route in the state of New York. 3001 was built by Alco in 1940. The New York Central number 3001 is a member of the L3A class of locomotives. Based in Ohio after the New York Central dieselized east of Cleveland on August 7, 1953, the Mohawk powered many general freight and passenger end trains such as the 20th Century Limited until dieselization of that division in 1949. Number 3001 could be seen hauling passenger trains on the Boston and Albany Railroad. Number 3001 was often used to haul freight trains due to the New York Central Hudson's being occupied pulling passenger trains in later years. Diesel-electric locomotives hauled the passenger trains. In the final years of steam on the New York Central, the 3001 and other modern Mohawks were demoted to lighter trains due to the Pittsburgh and Lake Erie Railroad, a New York Central subsidiary, 284 Berkshires, and the New York Central 484 Niagaras, handling increasingly heavier freights and passenger trains on the system. As diesels flooded the New York Central, the 3001 and other steam locomotives still in service saw the end coming nearer and nearer. 3001 was finally retired on February 14, 1957. The New York Central sold the 3001 to the Texas and Pacific Railroad in March of 1957 to replace the heavily vandalized and subsequently scrapped Texas and Pacific 210-4 number 630 that was on display at the Texas State Fairgrounds there. The Texas and Pacific Railroad donated 3001 disguised as a Texas and Pacific number 909 to the city of Dallas, Texas. The city later donated 3001, still disguised as a Texas and Pacific number 909, to the Museum of American Railroad in Dallas. In May of 1984, after trading Pennsylvania Railroad GG1 number 49003 to the Museum of the American Railroad, number 3001 made its way east to Elkhart, Indiana, after being acquired by the Lakeshore Railroad Historical Foundation. Its sale to the Texas and Pacific Railroad is the sole reason why number 3001 was not scrapped. Anyhow, I hope you enjoy our video.